The Capitol chamber was already tense, the air heavy with murmurs, tapping pens, and impatient glances. The cameras were rolling, their red lights glowing like silent witnesses to yet another political clash, but no one in the room could have predicted how the next few minutes would unfold or how one sharp exchange would ignite a fire across the nation. Senator Elizabeth Warren had just finished a fiery speech criticizing America's institutions, accusing the government of failing its people at every turn. She painted a picture of a nation broken beyond repair, her voice trembling with frustration. "We cannot call ourselves the greatest country in the world when so many suffer without hope," she declared, her tone a mix of conviction and disdain. John Kennedy, seated across the aisle, listened without moving. His eyes were steady, his hands folded on the desk, but inside, he could feel the tension building like a coiled spring. To him, Warren's words didn't sound like a call to improve the country, they sounded like an outright dismissal of everything America stood for. When it was his turn to speak, Kennedy rose slowly, the kind of rise that tells the audience they're about to hear something they won't forget. The chamber grew quieter, the way a storm quiets before lightning strikes. With his signature mix of Southern charm and razor-sharp bluntness, he began, "Senator Warren, I appreciate your passion. Lord knows, this country gives us all the freedom to speak our minds, even if what we say makes the rest of us want to take a long walk in the rain. But let me tell you something, if you think America is just a long list of failures, if you truly believe she's beyond saving, there's a door, and it swings both ways." Gas swept through the room. Kennedy's voice hardened. "This is a country where millions still risk everything to get in, not to get out. You and I, both of us, are blessed to be born here, and if you can't see that, if you can't love her enough to help fix her without tearing her down, then maybe, just maybe, you'd be happier somewhere else." The chamber was frozen, eyes darting between the two senators. Warren tried to respond, but the impact of Kennedy's words hung in the air like smoke after a gunshot. Outside, the clip exploded across social media within minutes. Some praised Kennedy for defending America's honor, calling him a straight shooter who spoke for millions. Others accused him of silencing dissent and avoiding the hard truths. But for Kennedy, it wasn't about politics, it was about gratitude. That night, in his quiet Senate office, Kennedy sat by the window looking out over the Capitol dome. He thought about the soldiers buried at Arlington, the immigrants who had crossed oceans for a shot at freedom, and the farmers who worked sunrise to sunset to feed the nation. He thought about his own father, who never complained about hardship, but taught him to be thankful for the chance to live in a country where opportunity was real. The next morning, Kennedy addressed a small group of reporters. His tone was softer than it had been the day before. "Loving your country doesn't mean ignoring her flaws," he said. "It means believing she's worth the effort to make better. My message wasn't leave if you disagree. It was, if you've lost all hope in her, maybe you've forgotten what makes her worth fighting for." The words struck a chord far beyond Washington. Town halls, coffee shops, and kitchen tables across America buzzed with the conversation. Some argued, some agreed, but everyone, for a moment, remembered the value of asking themselves what they truly believed about their country. In that, John Kennedy's fiery exchange with Elizabeth Warren became more than a political soundbite. It became a spark that forced people to look at the nation not just for what it was, but for what it could still be. In the end, the message that lingered wasn't about telling someone to leave, it was about reminding them why they stayed.